Hello everyone, I'm Bishi, and today we're playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles! Finally! It's happening. It is finally happening again. After the first time that I tried to play it and stopped playing it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be away from it for so long. It's just, shit happens. Things happen. I'm so sorry. But we're finally returning to it today after we've finished up some other games. And we'll be having a good time, having some fun with Ace Attorney. I probably forgot all the voices, so I'm not going to stress about it too much. I'm just going to do what I can remember. Is your hair more fancy than usual? I like the little front curl. Yeah, it's not purposeful. It just... Where is it? I can never tell where things are with this camera, but... I didn't mean to have like this one little separate curl coming down like this. It's just the way that I style my hair now that I have bangs. This really wants to curl just up here. If all this hair was as short as this, it'd probably all look like that on my head, which maybe I will do that at some point, but not yet. I don't know. It does what it wants to do. I style it, but like not super purposefully. Like I put product in it so that it wants to curl, and then I just let it do the rest on its own, so. Sometimes it comes out looking more fancy, and sometimes it comes out just looking okay, so. For some reason this time it came out really nice, so. But thank you. I do have some stuff I want to show y'all before we get into the video game. There's some fun things to show y'all. So first of all, since we are playing Capcom, I will show you what Capcom sent me. So, for those of you who were watching along while I was playing Ghost Trick, I just finished it last week. We did our last Ghost Trick stream finale. And then I've already finished the game, but after I finished the game, I got this in the mail. It's a bunch of charms and a poster. I'll just show y'all one by one. I can't hold all of them. From Ghost Trick. So we've got Missile here, the palm. And then we've got the detective, Lynn. Hello. Really cool. It's really nice acrylic charm too. And then the last one is Sir Red Suit Pointy Hair. But he snapped in half. The perspective I can make him like really tiny legs. Yeah, he kind of broke. But I think that's perfect because it's him. Of course it would happen to him out of everybody. I'm glad it didn't happen to Lynn. Of course that would still be funny because of what happens over and over in the game. But anyway. I might try to glue it together. Because how am I going to hang it up and then this piece is just flying around? I don't know. I'm going to try to glue it. So I got those 3 charms. Capcom sent them to me. As a Capcom creator, you can like apply for stuff. They'll be like, oh, we're doing a giveaway, or, you know, put in your information. If we have enough stock, we'll send you something. So that's kind of what happened with the Ghost Trick stuff. They were like, you know, send us a screenshot of you streaming the game, and if we have enough supply, we'll send it to everyone we can, you know? And I got one, so I'm glad I got one before they ran out of stuff. And then here's the last thing they sent too. It's a poster for Ghost Trick. Isn't that cool? It's a super long poster too. You can see Mr. Red Suit in the middle. And his death pose, it's amazing. And then Lynn and the nearsighted Jigo, I think was his name, which cracked me up so much. I don't know why, but it was so funny to me that an assassin would be nearsighted. Like, come on. And not wear corrective lenses. Yeah, ass up, death pose. Oh my god. All right. We've been here for almost an hour, so I think we should probably get started. And play some Ace Attorney. We are in chapter 4. I do have some notes from last time, so hopefully this is good enough for me. But anyway, either way, let me get my controller working. Video games, bye. Yeah. Just sit here for 3 more hours just chatting. I mean, people do just chatting. I like playing video games. I don't know. All right. I don't know. I know it's kind of weird, but like I like streaming games. Let's switch over. Okay. Here we are. It's Ace Attorney time, y'all. It's Ace Attorney time. All right, I'm gonna read out my notes from the last time I streamed this, which I think at this point was probably a month or two ago. I want to say maybe a couple months ago. I actually don't remember, but it's been a minute because a lot of games have come out and a lot of life stuff has been happening, so I haven't been streaming as often. But anyways, let's see. I wrote, victim is a woman stabbed from behind on Briar Road, but survived. Natsume, a Japanese man, is accused. Natsume was at the scene but didn't see the attacker. There's a conundrum. If there was only Natsume and the victim, how did the police arrest him? There was two witnesses, a cop and his wife. Sherlock Sholmes is the reason they found Natsume to be the assailant, but it hasn't explained how he found out. We're about to meet with Sherlock Sholmes at his... Sherlock Sholmes. I was like, Sherlock Holmes! I read it as, like, the proper name. In my head. At his home. Go to his house to talk to him. Already looked around and talked to Gregson, the detective. Okay. I took very in-depth notes because I was like, I need to be prepared because I'm not going to play this for a while. But here we are. We're back. Lawyering with Ryu. Haven't heard this music in months. Haven't opened the game in what feels like years. Oh yes, you were also playing through this, huh? Twitch isn't showing me a previous Ace Attorney broadcast. Yeah, it's been a minute. I want to say a couple months, maybe. I could look at it right now if we're all curious here. Yeah, see. Yep. Last stream was May. It's like 3 months. I mean, we're at the beginning of August, so really it's 2 months. I think I was pretty accurate in saying 2 months. Which is a long time in streamer time, but yeah. Gregson was a character in Arthur Conan Doyle's books. Oh! I'm sure they have tons of references to Sherlock Holmes. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're going to Sholmes' suite. Alright. This is the very next thing I was supposed to do in this game. My curl is separating into two now. Oh, cutscene!
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Good day.
Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Sherlock Sholmes.
Oh, I like all the plants. And the birdhouses and the wind chime. That's cute. Looks like a balcony I would have. Look at that shoe. Why is the shoe the first thing I saw? This little curly shoe. I just need to look around the room. Look at all these little trinkets. There's a knife through some notes on the wall. All right. This definitely looks like a Sherlock Sholmes home. It does. British FBI. Plants. All right. Back. We're back in the game. Speaking of Sherlock Sholmes, I saw a mod for Marvel vs. Capcom where Phoenix's model is replaced with Sherlock's, and it cracked me up so much to imagine him making it into an actual fighting game. That's an amazing mod. Oh, Scotland Yard is also a real organ. I know. I know that Scotland Yard is real. That would be so sad if I didn't know. I'm sorry, you should be sorry. By the way, that gives me the energy of like nice Yakuza reference for like, I don't know, like a cheeseburger restaurant in Japan. Like, some people don't. Well, I do. It is you, bitch. Hey, I'm cultured, okay? I know there's some like common sense things that I don't know, which is just, that's my brain, but I am cultured, okay? Okay? I thought Scotland Yard was a Black Butler thing. Today I learned Britain. Bishy, did you know Great Britain is a real place? Yeah, that's the energy it gave me. Did you know that British people are real? Oh my god. No hate to you at all. No hate at all. It just cracked me up. Oh my god, Herlock is secretly a Santa elf. Yeah, that's why that shoe is there. Didn't play history during Pride. Our bad gang. I know, that's how it happened. Oh my god. Did you know Herlock Sholmes is based on the character Sherlock Holmes? Wait, British people are real? Oh my god. I'm still cracking up. Butler's also real, the more you know. Pride and Prejudice isn't based on a fictional land. I'm banning myself. I'm just teasing. Oh. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt from smiling. Well, you got me laughing, so that's a good thing. Oh my god. Okay, I know we need to start the game. I'm so sorry. One more quick thing. I've considered making a new redeem where I can't laugh for like 10 minutes. And so, you know how we have the don't curse for 10 minutes? I was thinking of making a don't laugh for 10 minutes, and then y'all have to try to make me laugh, and I can't, or else that timer has to start over. You guys think that would be fun? Bishy, what? Do you think it's impossible? You feel so hard. No, I'll just unmask. I'll just unmask for 10 minutes. Do it. I know, I should. I want to play the game, though. I normally have faith in you, but I know. Laughing is my go-to response. Make it more realistic. 16. Oh, wow. I could start at 5 minutes. I could do 5 minutes if you want. You're saying beans on toast is real. Oh my god, y'all. Okay, let me at least get to a part where there's music playing, and then I'll go make the redeem right now. 19th February, 12:53 p.m. Sholmes' Suite. So this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be here somehow. Ooh, 3D! No talk me Engi. Is it as described in the stories, Miss Susato? Susato-san? Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it! The romanticism! Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, I suppose I can, yes. So, if you don't mind... I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me. I mean, I would do the same thing. If I could go to like RGG Studios or something. I would just want to stand there and just... I get it. If you don't mind, shut the fuck up. Let Susato say fuck! Huh. She's obsessed. Let her enjoy things. Okay? And let me take a moment to go make that redeem right now. Let's see, where would that be? Under rewards, yeah, channel points. Alright, we'll make it the same price as the cursing. I think that's fine, right? Okay, 1500. We'll call it no laughing challenge. You'll give me a no laughing challenge. And we'll start at 5 minutes since y'all don't believe in me. I mean, I don't know. If I control myself, maybe I won't laugh, you know? I just let myself laugh all the time. But if I'm, like, purposely trying not to laugh, maybe I'll surprise you guys. And then, yeah, we're doing... I gotta pick a color. Let's do... a nice dark green. I don't know. Let's do, like... oh, how many per stream should I do? We'll do a cooldown, too. Because you're just gonna stack it. You're just gonna stack it. Okay, and then we'll do maybe like 3. We'll start with 3 redemptions per stream. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Alright. It's there. We'll edit if needed. Okay. There we go. Let me see. Love how 3D is so impressive in an Ace Attorney game. I mean, because we're used to 2D, you know? It's pretty cool. I don't know how that would work out, you know? We'll just have to see. I didn't know I could put beans on toast before I learned about Britain. Normally they just vanish upon putting them together. I like toast and beans separately, okay? I keep my beans and my toast separate. I'll put them in a tortilla. I'll put beans in a tortilla, not on bread. I remember seeing a tweet of how impressed someone was when they saw 360 movement in a visual novel. I mean, that's the thing too. Most visual novels aren't 3D, so it is really cool. This is episode 4, yeah. Chapter 4, case 4. Frickin' McGilded, I know, yeah. The trick is just not laughing, I know. Okay, Archer has... sorry, I just saw it. Archer redeemed the no laughing challenge. I guess let me start it now? I feel like I should catch up the chat first, because I'm sure everyone trying to make me laugh is under that redeem. And I want it to be fair. So let me catch up, and then we'll start it when I catch up to that part of chat. So I haven't started it yet. It's fine if I laugh a little bit. And I guess that counts as a laugh, right? It doesn't have to be like a ha ha ha. It can just be a giggle. A chuckle. Okay, I guess we'll just do it. Alright. I'm doing it now. 5 minutes. I can't laugh for 5 minutes. The thing is, too, though, if you know you're not trying to laugh, it does kind of make you more giggly, too, so I don't know. This is the moment we just chuck our best puns at you, huh? If you think that... oh. That's cheating, though. Redeemed seal laugh? You'll just have to wait. I can't do it yet. It's illegal. It's illegal! It's against the rules. I can't do it. I can't do it.
And his name is John C.
Your rules didn't account for my power. I'm just gonna sit here and see if anybody can make me laugh in 5 minutes. Got like 4 minutes and 13 seconds. I'm just... see, Ruuuvo almost got me. Wouldn't it be screwed up if Herlock just killed someone with that Dio shoe? Ruuuvo almost did it. Because no one else was in the room when it happened, yeah. Implying that he already hasn't. Herlock is a murderer. I don't know if this is fair if you just sit there and not play the game. Oh! Do y'all think the game will make me laugh? Y'all are definitely making me smile. I'm smiling at those booty emotes with those little faces. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Do you guys want me to play the game? I thought paying attention to chat would be the best way for y'all to make me laugh. Just giving me my full attention. Those emotes are also really funny. I can't laugh right now. How much time? I'm gonna have the timer up at like 3 minutes. You want to hear a funny joke, Bishi? Where two with lords to get designer boots. Where do Sith lords go to get designer boots? The Darth Maul. That is a good joke. We're in his house. Whose house? Oh, Herlock's house. Oh, okay. His house probably would make me laugh. Alfred just says ass. Once again, Ruuuvo almost got me. I'm having to hold it. The Sholm home, if you will. If I didn't have this redeem right now, I would be laughing so hard at that right now. Imagine Herlock twerking just off screen. I'm imagining it. It's beautiful. The Sholm. Remain calm. More calm. Yeah! I can do that. I'm trying so hard. I appreciate that. It's almost working. That second one was so close to making me laugh. We're in the Herlock Sholm Dome home. Yeehaw. Got like 1 minute. And I'm smiling. Yeah, the Mojo Dojo Casa Sholm. Yes. I was thinking that. Mojo Dojo Casa House, yeah. Exactly. With Doug Dimmadome. Just Herlock and Doug Dimmadome hanging out. Now that is a fan art that should happen. The reason why? I don't know. Maybe Herlock thinks that Doug Dimmadome is guilty of murder. If chocolate was a person, what would their pronouns be? Her, she's. Mojo... Oh, Mojomes, Dojomes. Casa House. That one's also very good. Titus left. So bad. No! Does that count? I'm so used to having like a little laugh in my sentence. That's really what I'm struggling with. I laugh a lot in like a very casual way where it's not like a ha ha ha. It's like a like a guffaw, you know, like, oh, so bad. A heh counts. Okay. You guys got me on a heh. You guys got me on a heh. I have to start over. But do you guys want me to just play? Well, I feel like it's better if I'm paying attention to chat, right? Okay, 5 more minutes. I got caught on a heh. Of course. There are words in here, I swear. Okay, hold on, my timer isn't working. Hello? Okay, 5 minutes again. That's the problem. Laughing is so intrinsic to how I just talk. Like on stream, I always have kind of like a laugh in my sentences, just like normally. That's what I'm struggling with. Just gotta... That one made you spit your coffee. Oh my god. I just have to act really bored and disinterested with chat, but that also hurts me. Mo Shom Dojo Dom. Asa Shom Shom. I know, I was like 10 seconds away. And then I was just like casually. A hee-hee, if you will. Or even a hee-hee. Those aren't laughs, that's just me reading out the text of chat. So you're gonna go, hey, and I was trying to get you to lose it. I know. That's how it's gonna happen though, because I'm trying so hard that if I want to laugh really hard, I'm gonna work harder to hold it in. But if it's like a casual end of sentence like, hey, no. I'm not gonna think about it enough. I'm a little late, but you could say you were caught on Technicality. That was a good pun. Picture a rock pickman with a funny little detective hat, the better Sholmes. He would be better. And he's a rock. So you have to imagine what's in his head is just a rock, too. And he would still be a better detective. Yeah, a literal rock is smarter than Herlock Sholmes. You can put that as a quote. I miss the good old days when all you needed was a bucket of worms and a fat dragon dumpy. We gotta go back. If you play the game, it makes it easier for us to make jokes. Okay. Play the game. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anybody home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Oh, it's the little... Oh, what was her voice? Did I make her sound like a demon? Oh, I don't remember. I think I just did like an Ruuuvo voice and a demon voice interchangeably, right? It was so funny. I wish Kiryu would punch me so I could see his dragon. That's a good quote. Ruuuvo is always the one with the killer things. Sholmes appears on screen like, do you ever think about dying? I should have known Ruuvo's comments would be the ones that would really almost get me. While he's dancing his heart out, yeah. And he would do that. I think so. He would. Quote 559. Wow. Quote 251. I will ask once more, are you ready to witness the honkiest tutor experience you've ever had in your life? Ruuuvo knows your secrets. I mean, of course. Ruuuvo knows me best. I wish Majima would stab me so I could see the Hanya. That's dedication. Early bums get the crumbs. That's so true. So true.
Hello? Is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes?
Hello. Wait. Aren't you...
Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once.
I don't know when to do her demon voice. I'm sure it's the same girl. Miss Susato, did you see the girl who was just here?
Oh yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case.
The King of Bohemia?
King Wilhelm Gottschrick Sigismund von Ormstein, of course.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment and look over there.
The tea's brewed.
And I have a freshly baked cake as well.
Oh, it's you.
I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too. Son.
Ah, there you are.
Yes, this was from last time. The two children's. God damn, you're a big boy. Quote 563. Of course, Ruuuvo knows my sense of humor. The timer is up, by the way. See, I feel like if I play the game, I'm paying attention to the game, you know? And I'll just look at chat when I have a chance, but... Alright, I survived 5 minutes. I survived. See, I don't think I did as bad as y'all thought I would. You know what I mean? I think y'all were expecting within the first minute I would lose it. But if I'm controlling myself, I mostly can do it. But if I make it 10 minutes, I think that'll be really hard. I think 10 minutes would definitely be a challenge, but we can keep it at 5 for now. Oh my god, well, I can laugh now. I can laugh again. She's lost in the sauce. She really was lost in the sauce. New favorite emote. The sunglasses on the butt. He's excited to be here. I failed. No, you almost got me like 5 times. See, oh, the seal laugh. Her. Is that good? I saw you almost laughing at me. I almost laughed at everything you said. So don't feel like you failed. You almost got me. Be proud of yourself. because your jokes really almost got me. I mean, some of the other jokes too from y'all. Don't think it was just Ruuuvo, but every comment from Ruuuvo was like banger. And over the Van Hammer, oh my god. If you can't make Bishi laugh in chat, you're banned. That's terrible. I like this email because it promotes the propaganda that Majima has an ass. Amazing. You did it, Bishi. I did it. See? Imagine the time just ends and Bishi just lets out a built-up laugh for like 5 minutes. Comedy is difficult. Yeah, when y'all are put on the spot, how does it feel? Every failure is practice for your ultimate victory. That's true. You'll just have to think of some more really good jokes for next time. All right, we're gonna do some video game playing now. Taking that with you as well.
I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
A child. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilded's trial in the defendant's antechamber. Video game? What is that? I know of them. I experience them sometimes. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before.
Who are you? Having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London.
Oh, yes, it was challenging.
Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know.
Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color?
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray! It's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance?
Oh, you know Hurley, do you?
Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see.
Was he really? Well, I had no idea.
I'm afraid Hurley is out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think?
And perhaps more to the point,
why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Oh, silly me! I haven't introduced myself, have I?
Her hair is so cute.
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley.
Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What's the matter?
No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson?
Oh, wait a second! I didn't even think about it! I was just reading dialogue. Wilson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right. And what are your names?
Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan.
Oh, sorry.
I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you.
Lovely. Susie and Runo. Got it.
Oh. Well, that wasn't it, but okay. Not her giving them, like, English names. Girl! Susie. Susato! Oh, you mean Susie! Oh, God. And Runo? What is Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start. Sticking with Ryu. Yeah, like, Ryu is fine.
Yes, and so do I.
Alright. Early burly party. Like a hurdy-gurdy. Oh, yeah. The instrument. Yeah, she is a little kid. That's why she's doing it, I guess.
I guess.
I know. I've heard of this game before. It's called a Nintendo, right? Not Susie. Yeah, her name's Susie now. Alright. Do we talk to her or do we look around? Can we look around? I gotta look at the Dio shoes. Come on. I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we've arrived to the country, in fact. You're glossing over the shoe. lingering beside the fire and watching the flames flicker and dance in the grate. It's so relaxing.
We can't relax. Not when there are so many interesting things in the mantelpiece.
I'm with her.
Oh, it's just as it was described in the stories.
It is?
Yes, exactly. Inside that Persian slipper, for example.
Oh, it's a Persian slipper.
Are my chocolates for 11s?
11s.
And transfixed by that large jackknife.
Is my shopping list for the market?
Oh, it's not quite how I remember it being described in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Poor Susato-san. She looks crushed. Okay, we looked at that. Well, yeah, let's look around. We got lots of things to look at. I always read it as Susie, not Susie. Like how she adds a Y to Herlock's name. Oh, Susie! Like Susato Susie. Oh, maybe. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Ooh, that chest! Contains some of my most valuable things!
And that smile tells me you're not going to give us any clue about what they are. Yeah, everything in here is her stuff.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection!
This is the first time in my life that I've seen a lonely old shoe displayed as an ornament. I was curious about the shoe, but there's two shoes, so it's like, I guess this is a place where they display shoes.
Oh, those are all memories.
How? I can't read today.
Those are all mementos that Hurley has collected from his past cases.
Really? Even the bust?
Yes, that's right. When the mood takes him, he likes to throw it on the floor and smash it to dust.
Poor defenseless emperor? Mr. Sholmes destroys it?
Yes, and then he buys a new one.
Make it sound like he has the temperament of an insane sculptor.
How entrancingly bohemian of him.
She is a lost cause. Alright, we can look up here. There's all sorts of things on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment.
I keep telling Hurley not to cram so much on those shelves.
Good advice.
He wanted to look something up in one of those books a while ago. But it was so tightly wedged in he couldn't get it out, so he went and bought a new copy instead.
Wasteful king. Alright, let's have a little look around here. What on earth is this huge, over-the-top machine?
That's the Great Analytoscope. It can analyze anything, really. Anything at all. That's absolutely incredible. It's one of Hurley's inventions. It took him a whole year. He said it was to help him with his investigations.
What sort of things has he analyzed with it? Do you know?
Well, actually, he hasn't used it for anything yet.
Oh. Why not?
Apparently, on the evening he finally completed it, it suddenly occurred to him, I don't actually have anything I need to analyze.
Oh dear.
How about you, Ruuuvo?
Do you have anything you'd like to analyze?
The only thing that springs to mind is this machine itself. Anything else? We're not going to talk about the skull? The human skull? Ah, I've seen pictures of Western musical instruments like this. It's called a violin, isn't it?
Of course it is. Mr. Sholmes is renowned for his violin playing.
Really? Oh, really?
Absolutely. It's often explained in the stories. It's inspirational, Mr. Naruhodo. Inspirational. I immediately started playing the koto, which was the closest Japanese stringed instrument I could find.
What a shame you couldn't bring it with you to London.
Oh, yes. Well, Papa was beaming when I asked him if he would buy me one. But after a while, he asked if I would only practice when he was out of the house. So now it's merely an ornament in my room.
That must have been an awkward conversation. Oh! I got a little achievement! Poor Susato. There's more over here. Tea time! This is her side of the room. What a beautiful English tea set, and so neatly arranged.
It's a favorite pastime of mine. A cup of herbal tea in the afternoon.
Tea made of herbs?
That's right. I grow all sorts of herbs in the garden, so I can experiment with different blends. One moment, don't go away. I'll brew a pot of the special blend I came up with earlier today.
She looks delighted. I only hope it's safe to drink. I was fully expecting him to be here suddenly for no reason. Just visualize, vaporize into... There's a word that is like those words, but not the ones I said. Materialize! He'll just materialize in front of him. Oh my god. Let's see, 11 Ziz. 11 Ziz is a short break for light refreshments, usually with tea or coffee, taken about 11 o'clock in the morning. So fancy. So fancy. Bishi, I can tell you right now that she definitely has a face you can use the demon voice for. Okay, we haven't seen it. You'll know it when you see it. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I don't know when to use it, but it needs to be special. Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait for that. It's the 1800s. Everybody who's anybody has a skull on a shelf somewhere. That's terrible. So Shakespearean. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too.
Oh yes, but don't touch any of those. They might explode.
Explode?
Are they exotic chemicals? Do you use them for exciting experiments? Yes, indeed. And as Hurley always says, chemistry is an explosive science.
Sorry?
I agree. A single discovery can trigger an explosion of innovation all around the world.
Or perhaps he just meant it literally. Either way, mental note, do not touch any bottle that belongs to Iris. Okay. What on earth is that big black lump over there? Lump?
Ah, that fascinating thing is called a typewriter. It's a machine that allows you to write on paper without needing a pen. And wizardly quickly, too.
Oh, that sounds like it could be very useful for someone like me with terrible handwriting. I think that's everything. Okay. We will now talk to Iris. Okay. I don't think I want to know that place. I don't want to know that place. Yeah, I figured it would be something like that. Curiosity shop or something. I don't need one in my home. I'm good. Oh my god. Iris! It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much.
Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us.
Oh, this? Like this?
Gulp.
Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Ginny? Yes, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly. So I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions.
This girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly.
Hurley?
Yes, Herlock Sholmes. We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I?
Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes?
Well, Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Your roommates?
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Oh, she's 10.
Well, what of your mother and father?
Oh, no. They're not around.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. Well... She pointed a gun at you. I mean, come on. She's violent. Oh my god, they were roommates now. Oh. Let me catch up with chat here. I know where you can get them for free. Just kidding. In your head. In your head. In your head. No, I'm sorry. She's packing you. Oh my god. She's gotta have a gun. You never know when somebody in the mean Victorian streets is gonna sneak up behind you and steal your skull! What do you sing? It's a song! I think it's called Zombie. I think the Cranberries sang it? That might be wrong. Yeah, I'm sure Sholmes is like, oh, wait. It's a parent-child relationship. Sholmes is clearly the child. Oh. Wilson.
Oh, yes. There's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. Susie. I'm a very great fan of the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, and... Oh! You have a copy of Ranst magazine! Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being read on the other side of the world!
Yeah, so she's the author. My stories?
That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness. Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came.
So you are the author?
Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure the Speckled Band.
The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories. Here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually.
Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you?
So yeah, like, all the stories that Susato's been reading are not 100% true, but she takes them as fact. So, do you mean to say, are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Ranst magazine
all written by me? Yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter.
But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Mr. John H. Wilson. Susato-san's getting more and more worked up.
Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson.
But what about the doctor of medicine part?
That's all true, too. I am a doctor of medicine.
No, at 10 years old?
At 10 years old.
Well, that's quite incredible. Man, they just let you do whatever you want in the 1800s, huh? You can be a doctor at 10! But, oh, Susato, don't cry.
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling.
Oh.
Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow?
I suppose it does, yes. Or Susato-san. She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. Man. Yeah, so she's Watson in this universe. A little 10-year-old with pink hair. She wrote the books IRL too. Yeah, Iris is Watson. Yeah, her name was supposed to be Watson, but copyright. So that it's Wilson. Herlock, Sholmes, and Wilson instead of Sherlock Holmes and Watson. You can just buy white lab coats. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Oh, you know, a PhD was simple and short in the 1800s, yeah. Just read one page. If you can read, you're good. Oh god, your deductions just now. About before.
Yes, yes? What's on your mind, Runo? Do tell me.
How did you know? That I was a lawyer, and we just arrived in London, I mean.
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow.
How did you know all of that?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail.
Of course, I'd be delighted, although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Runo.
What's that quote again? First of all... What was the... I can never remember it. I can never remember that line. Is it... First of all, you're an unholy wench. Second of all... I don't think that's it, though. That's just the third thing I thought of. Quote 43. I'm crying with my skin. We didn't have PhDs until 1917. Well, that explains it. They had hair dye back in the 1800s? What is that quote? I know! I think it's actually in the quote system, but I don't remember what number it is. There it is, thank you. It is unholy wench. Oh, I got it right. First of all, you're nothing but an unholy wench. Second of all, you engage in hanky-panky. Third of all, you're not a jolly good show. You're an unjolly bad show. It's like my favorite quote. I can never remember it all. Ruuuvo, I think, has a text file on their desktop just for me. I am adding the... Yes! Of course I'm adding the Vine boom. Oh, I love that one. Every time I see first of all, I immediately think of that, and I can't help myself. First of all,
I knew already that you were a lawyer. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
but you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that?
I observed a passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country.
Wow, he just keeps it in his pocket. My goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed!
Nixia, thank you so much for the raid. Howdy, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Ruuuvo is MVP. Absolutely. Welcome in, Joseph. Howdy. And of course, Nixia. We are currently playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are in the midst of episode 4, Trial Ace 4. What have you? What have you? Cell-shaded Kiryu. Oh my god. Cell-shaded Yakuza 0 Kiryu. Also, welcome in, man-child. Welcome in, y'all. Ooh, you're doing some ASMR. Well, welcome in. I hope y'all had a wonderful stream. For any of you new folks in here, my name is Bishi. Like I said, we're playing some Ace Attorney at the moment. I play all kinds of stuff here. I am also a huge fan of Yakuza. But I finished all the Yakuza games that are out right now, so I'm not playing any Yakuza at the moment, but looking forward to Gaiden. And of course, Y8 next year. But yeah, we're playing Ace Attorney, we're playing Resident Evil 4 as well. I am streaming those two games mostly right now. And also playing Mario Galaxy sometimes. Ace Attorney, who downgraded Phoenix, right? No! It's not a downgrade. Ryu is great. This is Ryu Nosuke on the left, and that's Susato on the right. Ace Attorney Chronicles is basically Ace Attorney, but in the 1800s. So there's a whole new cast of characters, and we have these Japanese characters who are visiting Britain in the 1800s. So it's pretty interesting. And I've been having a good time. I love these two. These two are great. Yeah, don't insult Ryu. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Ace Attorney Ishin. Yeah, it's like the Ishin of Ace Attorney. Exactly. It's like a 1800s spin-off. And I think there's 2 of these games. I'm in the first one right now. We need more Yakuza fans doing their own take on RRG genre, or RGG? Is that what you mean? RGG genre? So Phoenix will make a cameo guy. I actually don't know. I actually don't. Oh, you did mean RGG. Okay. Like CSI versus CSI Miami, I guess. I never watched CSI, but yeah. Yeah, they're judging us so hard right now. They're like, who are all these people? I type like Kiryu Y6, understandable. You're good, you're good. Oh my god. But yeah, it's like a spin-off. Pretty much. And it only got localized recently. It was actually a Japanese exclusive, and it got localized to the West, I want to say a couple years ago. I'm finally playing it myself. I already played through the main trilogy, and so excited for the next 3 coming out next year, too. I'm so glad they announced that. So there's more Ace Attorney coming. Once again, like finally getting those next 3 games in the second trilogy to like modern consoles and stuff like that. So I haven't gotten to play them. I'm excited to try them out when the new remaster releases, the new port, basically. All right. On top of that, oh yeah, here's a character a lot of people thirst for. He very much gives like vampire energy. He's basically the Edgeworth of this game, I'm finding. Basically.
You accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today. Huh. They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see.
I didn't realize.
And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates.
Wow, that's very specific.
So, that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the 2 of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you
were wearing? I think that's correct.
Was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see. She's like the actual Sherlock Holmes in this game. She's so smart.
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
Yeah, poor guy. Thanks much for the follow, man-child. Thank you. Victorian thirst trap himself, yes. Simon Belmont. Great value, Simon Belmont. Looks like Alucard. I think, like, with short hair, though. Yeah. Hello, future ex-husband. I like how it's future ex-husband. That's great. Yeah, told me he caught a man. Yep. A Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been.
Mr. Natsume.
Yeah, poor guy is so scared.
Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves, so I put 2 and 2 together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to.
This is who's been talking this whole time.
You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
A child.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He is silly. He is silly, and not at all violent. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions.
It was actually good compared to Herlock Sholmes.
He's a funny little guy. Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery.
Oh, well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that.
This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man.
You will, won't you, Iris? Please?
Oh? So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying.
Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage, but the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man.
Mr. Natsume beyond any doubt. Soseki-san said that he didn't see anybody else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all. Maybe in the houses, through the windows? Yeah, Mr. Sholmes. So, in this game, I believe that the copyright has expired now, but when this game was made, there was a copyright that was very strictly followed for anything having to do with Herlock Sholmes. Basically, the estate that was in charge of Herlock Sholmes as an IP didn't let anybody include Herlock Sholmes in anything. A book, a movie, a story, anything. So they couldn't use his actual name. So instead, Herlock Sholmes. Which is so funny to me. It's just barely different. Hilarious. But yeah, that's why his name is that. And then, of course, John Watson could not actually be used either. So this is the John Watson of this game, Iris Wilson. So her name is Wilson instead of although Bishi calls Holmes by Sholmes still. It's hard to keep it straight, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of go back and forth. I like how you used Herlock Sholmes instead of Sherlock Holmes. I have to say Herlock Sholmes so much playing this game, I don't remember to say Sherlock Holmes, but you know what I mean. I think you understand what I was saying. Yeah, I remember that sub-story. It was the same character. It was interesting. Which I think it was so funny when I was playing both at the same time, because both Ishin and this game are 1800s. One takes place in Japan, and the other takes place in Britain with Japanese characters. And then, of course, like, they share characters, because they're from the same time period. So it was really interesting how that happened. Yeah, Natsume is a real Japanese poet. I also knew that. And he actually did go to Great Britain, which is a real place. It's gonna kill me every time. That joke is gonna kill me every time. Yeah, this was made in like 2017, something like that, yeah. Hey boss, welcome in. Howdy. Ishin's version of him was anachronistic. He wasn't that old in 1868. Okay, so it was like a little inaccurate for the story. All right. Wait, Britain's real? Wild if true. Oh my god. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm sorry that raid didn't work for you, but I appreciate you being here. Oh yes, Sega and Capcom did crossover in Project X Zone, so that could open the door to a Yakuza Phoenix crossover one day. That would be amazing. I mean, we did basically get that, yeah. I think in the game, Phoenix represents Kiryu and Majima in court, right? So funny. I've just seen screenshots. Britain's just a huge conspiracy theory. Exactly, yeah. It's not real. It's not a real place. It's so silly that people think that. Oh no, it was just Majima. Okay, I should have known because, of course, Majima would do something bad. Kicked ass with both, though. Nice. All right. Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine his address.
It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear.
Ugh. Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did. He's a great detective.
Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime.
Oh.
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently.
Oh dear. I hadn't realized the situation was so dire.
That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
That's terrible. But that's not terrible. Thanks so much for the follow. Thank you. That's terrible. No, Susato, it's fine. It's fine.
I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
I suppose it is. But in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Yeah, we got our work cut out for us in defending him. Oh, thanks so much for the follow.
Thank you.
Nick is the real MVP for representing Majima, probably one of the biggest agents of chaos there are. Yup, yup. Me, Phoenix X Yakuza would be an amazing crossover. Yagami, am I a joke to you? I mean, basically, yeah. Yeah, Judgment. The Judgment games are basically like Ace Attorney and Yakuza marrying. Which is why they're great. They're very fun games. And it even has Ace Attorney references. It's great. I would definitely recommend that to anybody who hasn't played Judgment and likes Yakuza. You can even just play Judgment and not play Yakuza first, so either way. Imagine if our FBI was named like that. Well, like Scotland Yard? What would it be called? Washington Yard? I mean... no. Nick is the bravest lawyer there is. So brave. I would propose putting it in Florida. Oh, that would be absolutely cursed. That would be terribly cursed. Like Ace Attorney Yakuza having a baby. Yeah, yeah. The marriage, the union of Ace Attorney and Yakuza. Montana front porch! That's the American Scotland Yard. Montana front porch. Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't even think of changing the second word. That's great. Montana front yard. Front lawn. Montana front lawn. Porch is so funny, though. Alright. Yeah, don't hold out much hope for him. Montana. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative. her face. Oh my god.
Oh, you're so welcome. I've had so much fun.
You happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Well, I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Oh,
Ume? Natsume? She cannot say these names.
Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there.
Iris, do you know where those lodgings are?
Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there?
Yes, we know Inspector Gregson.
Ah, goody. In that case, give Gregsy this from me, would you?
Gregsy.
If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this? This 10-year-old has all the connections.
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
A bribe! Iris's postcard has been entered into the court record. A card for Inspector Gregson with a message on the back from Iris.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it?
Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try.
Good luck, then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime.
You're so cute. You're all so cute! So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all, we headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Montana front porch, Texas barbecue, Texas lawn, North Dakota stew. Full name, Mr. D's Natsume. Now friend is killing it with the jokes. Oh my god. Shilling is 12 cents. You're bribing a law enforcement officer with 6 times. Okay, but it's in the 1800s. You gotta account for inflation. You get back to me when you do that. Go do some math. Inflation is an enigma. It really is. To be continued. Right now. We're only halfway through the stream. We got time. All right. Yeah, let's just save over this one. Why not? That is really funny to think about, though. Like, here's 12 cents, man. Can you tell me anything? 19th February, 2:38 p.m., Briar Road. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation.
Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. Oh yeah, I forgot he has the endless fish and chips. Okay, converse? Oh no, I need to show it to him. Okay. There we go. A shilling is divided into 12 pence regardless of inflation. A nickel is always 5 pennies. Oh, okay. Inflation had 1 shilling being the equivalent of maybe $2 nowadays. It's been a lot of inflation since the 1800s, yeah. I don't know. Wish I had that. The fish and chips. It does look good, doesn't it? I think I've had fish and chips only like 1 time. I mean, I've never been to the origin. Which doesn't exist because it's fictional, you know, Britain, but... We're just gonna keep this joke throughout the whole playthrough, I swear to God. Oh, good time to head to bed. Really early morning tomorrow. Have fun. Miss you guys a lot. Hope I can be back this week. Night, night. Good night, Archer. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope we see you too, but either way, have a good week, and we'll see you around. Have a good one. Bribing an officer back in my day in the future. We used to just have a nice conversation with the big burly and kind detective till you allowed us in. Oh, Gumshoe. Oh, I miss Gumshoe. I really do. Okay, so in modern day coinage, it'd be like $25. It's like a tiny bribe, but a bribe. Yeah, all right. Nothing wildly expensive. So that makes more sense. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment for money? Sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. What'd you call them?
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
What? From me? From her ladyship?
Oh, wow. Her ladyship.
Give that here, at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me.
Huh. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? He just snatched it out of his hand. What was that coin exactly?
Silver crown, obviously. But it's a lot more than that. It's, well, It's an appearance fee, that's what it is. What it is? Sir, your chips!
An appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean...
That's right. For the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me, every time.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yes, yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly.
Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still.
I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh?
Sorry?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Ah, the little knife-wielding mustached Japanese fellow. He lives in the right old hovel. It's just over there. Look.
He's pointing with the fish.
On the first floor of that house on the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up.
That is nearby indeed.
It's literally right there.
If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garrideb. Mr. John Garrideb.
Such a silly name. Garrideb.
Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector. We will.
Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship.
Garrideb sounds like a Pokemon.
Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yes. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings?
Definitely.
All right. We can do that now.
Oh. Garrideb.
It's just fun to say in that accent. It's very fun. A gadabout is a habitual pleasure seeker. Gregson? Nothing like his father, Greg Dad? Are you sure, sir? Pushes him a penny. What the fuck is this? Today I learned chips exist, yeah. But chips, as in fried rectangular potatoes, are not flat. Potatoes. Potatoes. It's not bribing an officer, it's a disappearance fee. Crown is worth much more than a shilling. Nice accent, thank you. Crowns, pounds, pence, shillings, those are definitely made up names. It's all fake. It's a fantasy land. I love a game that allows Bishi to use their real accent. Oh, you know me! I just cover it up to make you all comfortable so you can understand what I'm saying. Most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes you still don't know what I'm fucking saying, but you know. There's a fish too. It's fish and chip. Crowns sound like a made-up money for Final Fantasy. I'm pretty sure I looked around at everything, yeah. In another stream, not today. I was very thorough, I think. Today I learned fish. Fish. If you call them fries, you're banned, yeah. Apparently they had a queen? Definitely fantasy, yeah. That's Final Fantasy stuff, you know. Those aren't real. They're not called cookies? We're just acting like we don't know anything about Britain. Oh. I still haven't been here yet. The lodgings of Mr. Soseki Natsume, according to information gleaned from Gregson, as opposed to Greg Dad. 19th February. Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Yeah, a lot of decorations. Oh, hello.
May I help you?
Oh, yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garrideb?
Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling?
My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am...
Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrideb.
Did you see that, Mr. Sato? That was a real-life English maid. They're such tourists.
I know. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better.
It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it?
We need only to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete.
Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrideb will see you now. This way.
Oh my god. Of course. Well, let's look around first. Have a little look-see. Britain? Oh, you mean old America? Oh. That reminds me of this joke. It might have been Arrested Development, the show it's from. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Where the character's like playing as like a old British lady, and he is in a car driving, and he's on the wrong side of the road in the US, and he's like, oh, I thought I was still in the colonies. It's so silly. Something like that. It was something like that. Crowns started out as gold commemorative coins back in Henry VIII's time. Nobody actually meant for them to be used as money, but by the 1800s they were made from silver. They were worth somewhere between £1 and a shilling. We're learning things today. Today I learned fake British history. Cookies is biscuits, biscuits is scones, dinner is tea. This is why we fought for freedom. I will now refer to Britain as Galarian, Iowa. School finally paying off. What the hell is a scone? We're going to war. Early access America. Wow. DLC. Good old colonies. Britain, the original colonies. Oh. I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrideb. You enjoy reading? Oh, what voice do I give you? Britain the prequel? The DLC is Australia. Right, okay.
Ever experienced a London winter, boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book.
Oh, there's a copy of Ranced magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrideb enjoys the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, too.
Great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. That's a full-sized cannon. What's it doing in here?
Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica.
That old thing? Bah, that's little more than a toy.
Sorry?
The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house.
Really? It isn't overkill?
Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy.
Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrideb? Garrideb?
Yeah, we might be having a little internet problem, but hopefully we're still good. Oh, they look like the sun and the moon. Oh yeah, I bet that's purposeful. America would be the country that would give you only a free trial that requires you to put in your credit card information. Yeah. Australians are British people who invested their skill points. The whole country is one big PvP arena. Oh my god. What voice should I give you? Yeah, as if they haven't been prepared for this exact moment of playing an elderly gentleman with a pipe. Also, Bishi,
did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial and includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward expansion up to level 60 with no restrictions on playtime? Sign up and enjoy yours there today.
I won't. But thank you.
Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see.
Oh, that's her apron.
They dry very well on the cannon there, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel.
It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it?
It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing? Ha! Not much better than rags, really.
Oh?
Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it?
Oh, I see.
Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. More voices.
Good day to you. Joan Garrideb at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer.
Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Marawan, don't you know?
To the knee? To the knee, huh? Was it an arrow?
Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings.
So he's a retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs.
You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo.
You're weak!
You think so?
Well, Mr. Garrideb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really.
Oh, British people and their silly made-up words.
Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joe? Let these good people see it properly. Joe, fetch it! Ah! Dash it all, woman, be careful!
Oh, dearie me! I do beg your pardon, sir.
You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands!
I shall be more careful, sir.
So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see.
Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
Only two, please, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty.
Not him using that for the tea.
We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know. In this old house, would you believe?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business.
Oh, but you have a copy of Ranced magazine here, so...
Eh? No.
Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
So he's in Soseki-san's room. We're so close to Herlock Sholmes.
It's a bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
Well, hold on. I was trying to look around. I guess I was looking at them. I still have more to look at. Okay. I guess I had looked at them. And then it started a conversation. Catch up here with Chance. Imagine Sholmes popping up out of nowhere and dumping the FF14 copy pasta. Yeah. He's not one for keepsakes or memorabilia, but he has a cannon, yeah. Yeah, he seems like a liar, is what it is. Because he also is lying about not knowing who Herlock Sholmes is. Oh, thank you for the clip, Panda. Enjoy Eorzea today. I love nicotine flakes in my tea. Adds more flavor. Smoky.
Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder?
I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek.
Maybe let's not. Oh, maybe let's not, Miss Susato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. I never know what to do when it says ahem. Like, okay, there's more over here. Very slightly. Oh, that's cute. Little desserts.
Oh, look. What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand.
Lined up? Looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Yeah, everything in this house is like topsy-turvy.
Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrideb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea.
That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand.
Well, naturally. And it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrideb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up.
How magnanimous of you. Oh, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
There's more.
This old candle holder looks a little out of place here, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some reason.
That old thing, yes. Just a cheap piece of ironmongery. Gimcrack, really. I don't know these words I'm saying. I don't know what they mean. I'm sorry.
These are made up words. Oh.
Used it when I was studying, don't you know? For my commission. I know it's old, hardly worth hanging on to, really. But, well, still has its uses sometimes.
Of course. Does everything in this room have some elaborate story behind it?
They're memories, Mr. Naruhodo. Memories. Do you have those?
Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? It's all broken.
Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken, and the crockery is... oh dear, it's in pieces.
It really is. Oh my goodness.
Anna!
Kiryu-chan! Anna-chan! Oh. Something fell and scared me. Welcome in! Howdy. Thank you so much for resubscribing at tier 3 for 24 months, Anna. That's a lot of months. Wait, 24... It's 2 years! I can't believe we've known each other 2 years already. Oh my god. Time is passing. We were having a conversation about that earlier. Like, time is passing way too quickly. Here is your star, Anna. Thank you so much. I'm 2 years. Just cut off the sentence. There's your star. You're going in the star jar, which is almost full. It's getting there. It's getting there. Almost. We're playing some Ace Attorney at the moment. And they're saying words I don't know. They sound so silly. She have good news. My cat is with me watching you. Oh. Give her a pat for me. Gimcrack is flimsy or poorly made, but deceptively attractive, huh? If Bishi is ever in Ace Attorney, we know a way to break them. Say random British terms. I mean, yeah. Basically. Stars for the starter. Subs for the sub-throne! Yes. Exactly. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that Chinaware justice.
Huh. I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
Yes, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply here. Whoa! Huh? What happened? What just happened? Damn it, Joseph! I'm just gonna say your name. Thank you so much for gifting how many? 10 subs! Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at all those alerts in chat. Oh my god! Would that feel— oh, I don't know, maybe? Let's have a look. I gotta start making these now, my goodness. Let me switch over to my camera scene while I do this. Thank you so much for that, Joseph. I appreciate that. Let me get everyone's names on here. We got Danny. And if you're an alert, don't worry about it. I'm just saying out the names of everyone who got a gift sub. No need to come out alert. Benny got one. Luma got one. I don't know if it always did an alert for every gift sub, but it does it now. Oh, there. It acted like a subscriber, and then that's the gift sub alert. It's so funny. Let me turn off the— oh gosh, where's the music? There. I couldn't figure out how to turn off my music. Oh my goodness. Warning, Joseph tends to gift— oh, too late. Well, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Let's see, what did I leave off? Oh, Steven got one. Hey, hey, hey! Thank you very much. There's that music back. Amarok got one. I hope we have enough. Oh, Archer got one. I'm sure they'll be excited when he gets back. Friend got one. I think I'm gonna run out. Orange got one. Ruuuvo. My dear, I think I need more stars. I'm sorry. Sorry to pester you. Let's see, I'm short. I literally won. I just needed one more star for Naitos. Oh gosh. Thank you so much for that. I'll put what I have so far, but this is just 9 out of 10. Alright, here's all those stars, y'all. Let me pick out the people in chat. I'll show y'all those. Well, I'll show Archers too. Just for posterity. There's Archer. There's some other one. Friend, there's yours. You got a red star. Who else? Oh gosh. I think everyone else is probably lurking. Alright. Let's put these in the jar and see what happens. We'll see. Alright. Here we go. It's definitely getting there. It's definitely much closer. I think we're basically filled out the shape. And we gotta get the rest of this way. But we are certainly much closer. Thank you very, very much for those gift subs. And we have one more. Thank you, Ruuuvo. Ruuuvo is true MVP. Ooh, these are like burgundy ones. Ooh. Okay. Last one. Okay. There we go. My goodness. All right. Last one. You can see. Burgundy. Ooh. We're getting like a gradient here a little bit. A very messy gradient, but... Now that would be really cool if I did like a purposeful gradient as we went along. Maybe I should do that next time. But I also don't want to make Ruuuvo do certain colors, you know? I appreciate them just doing it at all for me. Ruuuvo, by the way, for anyone who's new in here, is my spouse. And they are a lot better at doing origami than I am. If I tried to sit here and do all those origami stars right now, it would... it would be here for like 40 minutes. Ruuuvo does it for me. They are much faster at it. They're much better at it than me. They do that. Let's switch back over. Thank you very, very much. Oh, good night, Flame. I'm sorry if I missed you. Gotta go, unfortunately, so see you all later. Hope the jar gets built. Perhaps. That's what you're saying is don't do it again. Do whatever you're comfortable doing. No pressure. Oh, Nixie, ever do a no laughing challenge? Oh, boy. I just did one of those at the beginning of stream, and I had to do it over like 2 times. I laugh a lot, so I have to really think about it. Oh, the jar looks like it's full of D20s. I love dice, actually. I have some dice right here. This is my dice set that I always use. Like pink sparkly with gold letters. I don't have a lot of dice. I really like them. And then this is Ruuuvo's dice. They are purple and blue, like marbled. Cool looking. I like D&D. I don't get to play it a lot, but I do like it. I gotta play Baldur's Gate. Get my D&D fix. Okay, let me start the timer. I'm sorry for the no laughing challenge. Okay, 5 minutes. I can't laugh. Starting now. Dice are like my healing crystals. They don't heal anything, but they're nice to look at. Yeah, I really like the look of dice. I want to have like a whole box of them or something someday, but I just have those right now. Are they them spouse and are they them house? Exactly. They heal your soul by being there. You're just their presence. Oh yeah, metal dice. We don't have any metal dice yet, but I would like some. Kind of like actual healing crystals. I mean. But maybe to some people. You safe? I think we're fine. Okay. It's kind of hard not to laugh when I'm voicing these characters, but we'll see. We'll see. This window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Is this thing open at all, I wonder?
I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir.
Sorry?
As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you.
Seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. Okay. I think that's it for looking around. Oh, not move. Oh, I can't converse? Okay, so we have to do this little initiation here to talk to them. Okay, about Mr. Natsume. I have some mini metal dice that are super awesome. Yeah, I bought mini metal dice for someone as a gift and one of them so bad for myself. They're so cute! We'll just have to buy ourselves some dice now.
About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Garrideb. Please do tell us.
Ah, yes. The Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then?
I have 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor and one just below us. The first floor room became available a week ago, you see. They've been... Ah! Dash it all, Joe. Do be careful.
Oh my goodness! I'm terribly sorry, sir!
I can't laugh. But you can.
If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him.
That's very judgmental of you.
Oh? Why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything.
We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yes! Oh, yes, indeed there was.
She's dying to tell us. The shady lodger. Does that count as a laugh? You see, the laughs that I'm gonna accidentally do are just like parts of speech, like a you know? Does that count? I have a minute and a half left. I don't even know. It was like a chuckle, but not quite a guffaw. Like it was. That counted as a laugh. Oh, yeah, it's a heh. I keep getting caught on just the hehs. It's not gonna be the big dramatic laugh, you know? Alright, we'll start over. My god. Thank you for the clip, Ruuuvo. Oh, yes, I did see that post, Panda, in the Discord. The magnets. That's so cute. Oh, she bought them and was gonna put them on the gift boxes. That's cute. And yes. Oh, did I just do it again? Fucking goddamn. Okay. 5 minutes. It's just like, it's my natural reaction to like kind of have like a little laugh. Like I do it constantly. I am always doing like a little laugh. That's how I react to people when they say things. I do a little laugh, you know? That's how I talk. I have to be like really boring. I have to be like, oh my god. I'm playing Ace Attorney. I'm not happy about it. I have to stream right now. I hate it. You're saying you laugh at us when we talk to you, how rude. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna talk like this for 5 minutes so I don't laugh. But I wanna laugh already. Of course, I'm trying to voice act, so I'm not gonna do it. The Shady Lodger. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume?
Oh my word, yes! The man was shadier than an orchard! Could you elaborate? Was it apple or orange? Well, take the man's room! Absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read!
He's a poet.
And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call.
He's just an introvert. Leave him alone.
He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed, too.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night, but I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning.
Sounds like me. Ah.
Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray?
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine?
Oh!
She's nosy!
I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and street level.
Then how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed.
Ah! Good grief, Joan! Be more careful, woman!
Oh my goodness, sir! I'm terribly sorry, sir!
Do you guys like when I do that? When I just scream bloody murder and and then I'm completely fine the next second. Is that good? Yeah, honestly, a lot of the British characters in this game are super, super... Yes. Judgmental. Okay, let me catch up with chat. Oh, sorry, I gotta read chat like this. You know, I think people are... Britain are typically boring, so if anything, you're just being in character. Bishi channeling that one cartoon character. I don't remember the name of the show, but it was a bunch of young superheroes or something. Yeah, Teen Titans. Raven. Good night, Arkham. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I super appreciate it. Have a great night. We'll see you later. How much time is left on my timer? God damn it. Okay, 45 seconds. Something doesn't add up here. The incident 2 days ago. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time? The window?
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garrideb household, so I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything.
Oh, the timer has run out. The timer is done! Did I do it?
Have I pleased the masses? Don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
I like your laugh, so I'm conflicted. Well, thank you. Thank you. Good, because I laugh all the time. And if you did, if you didn't like it, then why are you here? You know, it'd be really hard to stay here if you didn't like my laugh. I see.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
See, I immediately start laughing as soon as I came. Didn't catch any laughs this time around, but I'm getting increasingly sleepy. Well, that's okay. I hope you have sweet dreams and a good night, and we'll see you later. We'll see you around, friend. We'll laugh next time.
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Well...
Yes? Was there something then?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but around that sort of time... Ah! For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing!
Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir.
Do be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hollow.
Oh, yes?
I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all.
Oh, really? Mr. Garrideb? I think they should start saying people's names like that. Garrideb. Gary Debbie. Mr. Gary Debbie? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been.
Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Ah! Joan, dash it all! What is the matter with you, woman?
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened.
Huh?
Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal, Joan?
That's right, Mr. Garrideb.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gabby Deb. What is the matter with these two?
It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what?
Wish I knew. Mr. Natsume's room. Mr. Gary Little Debbie. Would you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor.
And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak?
Yes. Told me Nuts, his name, had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services?
That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Natsume's room, I mean.
Don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs.
Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try.
We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Oh, shall we? I think that was Ryu talking.
Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more.
Are y'all ready for motherfucking Herlock Sholmes? Finally. Haven't seen him this whole case. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. A small dark room rented by a visiting scholar from the Empire of Japan by the name of Soseki Natsume. Yeah, she dumped the tea on him like, I want to say 10 times. A lot. Yeah, he's not doing too good. I think he's got some bad burns. Some bad ones. That old man's voice is killing my throat, though. Oh, God. 19th February, Mr. Natsume's room. There's a cat! There's a cat! What? Just look at this place. Oh, the author does like cats, so this makes a lot of sense. He wrote a whole poem about, from the perspective of a cat, I think. And smell it. It's so musty in here. Suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that.
I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life.
No, me neither. It's so dark in here, too.
Is that a window over there?
Well, it was the window, I think. Yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. That is so sad. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives.
By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere. Have you?
Where's that man on the ceiling? He's inside the wall. He's behind the bricks. No, that's true. But according to what Mr. Garrideb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. We gotta find him? I gotta find him. He's gonna pop out of a pile of books, I swear to God. Jump scare.
Oh, look! It's a beckoning cat from home.
It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that, maneki neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm.
Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him.
It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? It's not.
You mustn't say such things.
I didn't say a word! Why are my eyes such a giveaway? She can just read his mind. Oh my god. Okay, before we keep going, because I know eventually we're going to find Herlock Sholmes, and I'm not going to want to stop. I do need to take a short break. We are not done with stream yet. I think we have a little over an hour left. So I'm just going to be gone for about 5 minutes or less, and when I get back, we will continue, and I presume find the illustrious Herlock Sholmes. In the meantime, feel free to go take a break yourself, get some snacks, get a drink, use some of our fun commands and stuff like that. And then we will very much interact with the cat. Don't worry, that's gonna be the next thing I do. We're gonna interact with the cat, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Time for more Ace Attorney. Also, I saw the Godot clip, which is perfect timing since his theme was playing. Alright. It's time for Pet That Cat! If it lets me. Oh. Calicos are so cute. Oh! Bye. We didn't get to pet it!
Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away.
I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mikke, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan.
That's made me feel homesick now.
Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days.
Oh. Did we get to pet the cat, though? I don't know. I don't know if we did. Big stretch. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. It looks like the waste paper basket is so full, they've just fallen out.
I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you?
Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess.
I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth.
Doesn't want to be rude. Okay, what else can we look at? We can look behind where the cat went. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling.
They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty.
With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you?
No, what a dreamy idea.
Bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again.
So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us.
I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Let's look at the brick wall! Could you even call this a window?
I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although all that remains is a frame around some bricks now.
So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? But why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy.
Ugh, that's alarmingly feasible. No, he's a writer, not a painter. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive.
It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying.
I do think it's really weird his window is blocked, and the people upstairs know about his schedule and stuff. So it's like, are they like watching them, like spying on their tenants or something? I'm gonna note that down in my. I haven't written any notes from today, which is probably a bad thing. Let's see. And Natsume has a brick wall as a window. Because these are details I will probably forget because I only play this game, you know, once or twice a week. So the next week I might forget a lot of stuff. So I try to take good notes while I'm playing, but I've not been very good today. I don't know about that with calicos, but I do know that calicos tend to be female. And then the opposite with orange cats. Like pretty much any calico you see is probably a female cat. And pretty much any orange cat you see is probably a boy cat. There are exceptions, but it's pretty rare. That's the only thing I really know about calicos. Those are gonna be some crisp pages, yeah. From the window, that's a wall. That's a wall. I was gifted a bunch of old books, and when I opened it, it was crunchy. Yeah. I have some crunchy books myself. Let's watch. Let's look at this.
That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side.
I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well.
Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books.
Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it, look. And the date of purchase, 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. Ooh. Okay, so... Day of incident... He went to a bookshop around 4:45, I think it said. I can always look at the evidence. Later... orange and calico are sex-linked genes, so most of them are ladies. About 15 to 20% of orange cats are ladies. Oh, okay. That's a higher percentage than I thought. Yeah, but they would still need to be spayed. Okay. Is it true that all calicos are female? And like I've seen examples of male calicos too, so Oh, looks to be about that time to wrangle up my doggos and get ready for bed. Have a good stream. Thanks for all the fun times. Yeah, thanks so much for being here, Joseph. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for those gift subs earlier. I hope you have a great night. And I hope we see you again sometime. But either way, have a good one. Have a good evening. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. Yeah, just before it happened, he went to the bookstore. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Secondhand book receipt has been entered into the court record. A receipt discovered in Mr. Natsume's room for some books that he had purchased from a secondhand bookshop before the incident occurred. Okay. That's important. Of course. There was nothing extravagant about where he was. He's literally just sitting on the book pile. Okay. Hello, Herlock. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping he would be in a very silly position, but he's literally just sitting down. You've disappointed me, Herlock. Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo. Enhance! Aha! There he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope you won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes?
Ah. You two, good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met?
Oh my god.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We were together on the SS Buria.
Yes, of course. The Buria. And let me see. What happened on that voyage?
It was Kazuma Asogi. He died tragically. But you were a great help to us.
Ah, yes, but of course. The case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it?
Oh. Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least.
What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great
Herlock Sholmes, remembered vaguely.
This is Mr.
Oh, no, my dear madam. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruhodo. And Mr. Susato.
Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes.
I lose the first round. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
So they apprehended Soseki-san in that short an amount of time?
I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little.
A little?
It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully.
He means Iris, I suppose.
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned.
Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
Yeah, it's his frickin' apartment. Okay. I like to think Sholmes can do the DBZ insta-transmission, but instead of the usual sound effect, he just pops in and out of existence like the abridged parody. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stab him. Get in line. I'm gonna stab him. Aggression. You have your own line. Mine is affectionate. Stabs you affectionately. Mr. Natsume's arrest. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines.
But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little?
I'm sorry, Miss Susato. But I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What?
I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh? How? I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. Oh, so he just found out where this guy they were looking for was. But he doesn't necessarily think that he is the criminal. Okay. I think I'll write that down. Okay. That's different. Ah, a man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. Left them like crumbs. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit, then? That I could not tell you, but it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophily. Do not be deceived into believing that I'm a man of leisure. No, no, no.
Oh dear.
Mr. Garrideb, the landlord. Ah, tell me, have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garrideb, a retired military man.
It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services.
And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer.
And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standing? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family.
Goodness, how extraordinary.
As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran Mr. John Garrideb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost in what he means to say. The dingy room. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one.
Ah, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that? Oh god.
Surely not a tax on windows.
Precisely that!
Oh my goodness.
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. That's such BS. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. That's like such a health hazard, too. A fire hazard. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging, and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. Oh, that's probably important too. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remembered that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? The occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow! I haven't the first idea. Hey Jake, welcome in. Howdy. How you doing tonight? We are in the midst of some Ace Attorney, finally. It's been 2 months since I played this game. I went back in the VODs and checked earlier. 2 months. Which unfortunately is my track record with Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney tends to always get put on the back burner when I start a new game. Because I know I'm gonna come back to it, I guess, in my head. I'm like, oh, even if I stay away for a little while, I'm gonna get back to it because I want to finish it, but... Oh my goodness. I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Yes. That was indeed my initial intention, but there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are 2 facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Okay, so Herlock is sure of 3 things. Natsume was the one witnesses saw fleeing. Oh no, Natsume fled from the scene. It doesn't mean he did it. I think he explained to us why he ran away. Natsume is the one the witnesses saw. They did see him here, but maybe they didn't see him kill her. I don't think he did. And then the veteran. Okay. Sometimes it can be good to have that game in your back pocket to come back to in between other things. Honestly, yeah, I love Ace Attorney. I will always come back to it, and especially I can't wait for the second trilogy next year. But I gotta get through this game to get ready, you know? So I definitely need to stick with this game and finish it before next year so I can actually, you know, play the next ones. My day was good. Went out to get groceries, run some errands, vibed at home. Ooh, started FF16 yesterday. Nice. I might play a bit more of that before bed. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. I actually went out to get groceries today too. Wednesday is grocery day, apparently. Oh, and grocery shopping is always a little stressful. I don't like people getting in my space, you know. Well, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I got a little donut treat. It's so funny, like before we went to the store, I was craving donuts. I think I saw like a video of someone eating them. I was like, oh, I want donuts now. And we went to the store. I didn't even think about it, but we were in the bakery aisle and I saw donuts. I was like, oh, it's gotta happen now. Gotta happen. Wednesday is best grocery day. Fewest people at the grocery. Yeah, actually, I experienced that for sure. There was not as many people as usual, which was nice. I just hate grocery shopping. I want to get in and out as quickly as possible. But, you know, for a grocery shopping trip, it wasn't too bad. Okay. He's hiding something, yes. Mr. Garrideb is? Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Naruhodo, as yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garrideb's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Hi, Herlock. A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Did he really? Yep, my god. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Garrideb then. Can't beat a good donut. Oh, I know. What's everyone's favorite kind of donut? There's a lot of kinds of donuts out there, but I feel like most people just talk about like the main ones, like glazed chocolate. There used to be this blueberry donut I would get from like a donut place that was close to my house. Growing up, it was so good. It was almost like a cake. It was so dense. Right now, my favorite kind of donuts are either if they'll have like an apple filling donut or like a Bavarian cream filling donut. That's the kind I got today. It was like chocolate with cream in it. Oh my god. So good. 19th February, Mr. Garrideb's room. Ah, you pair again. Ah, this voice again that kills my throat. Of course. My poor vocal cords. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. Oh, that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what— Ah! For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bally well doing? Sorry, this guy yells a lot.
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. My stream is just jump scare for people now. This guy screams randomly. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Alright. I guess we'll talk to him again and see if there's anything new to say. Or maybe I can present stuff to him. Love glazed glazeless donuts. Interesting. Just a plain donut. I don't know if I've actually had a plain donut. I think I saw them at the store today, but it's not one I go for. I haven't had it. There was a local place here called Peace, Love, and Little Donuts that had a Reese's Cup donut. It was so good, but the pandemic forced them to close. Oh, I completely understand that feeling of having like a favorite place shut down, because the same thing happened to a Japanese restaurant that me and Ruuuvo really liked, and they shut down because of the same thing. It's so sad. And of course, like, not just that you're missing out on what the you know, food they had and all that, but also like the business owners. Like, that must be terrible to lose your business over that, you know? I liked a blueberry donut. Oh, blueberry donut with some lemon custard filling that I had one time, and it was discontinued right after. Never had it again. Oh my god. Blueberry and lemon. I would definitely try that. Spill tea on me once, shame on me. Spill tea on me 12 times, shame on you? Question mark? I've made it my life's mission to recreate it. Maybe not to perfection, but close enough. Oh, you should. You should try. Donuts are not easy to bake, but once you learn how to do them, I'm sure it's so fulfilling. Me and Ruuuvo have not attempted quite yet, but I would love a homemade donut. Oh my god. Ruuuvo, that's the next thing you gotta try, is bagels and donuts. Okay, there's nothing new to say. So maybe we present? I can't present. Huh. Do I examine things again? This is different. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here?
Oh, those old things. Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired at the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of colorful regiment folklore, that incident.
You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells?
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap iron after all. Usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you?
Useful for what exactly?
Yes, well. Anyway, Joan here did manage to knock one of the ballet things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
Oh no.
Hadn't shed a tear since 1869 before then, you know.
Maybe we consider throwing them away? Okay, nothing there. We can look at the medal again?
It looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner.
Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight.
What? That old thing?
Sorry?
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the ballet thing out of my way.
So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose?
There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation.
Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Participation award? 1869, nice.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet. I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles.
Nice. Thank you for the lurk. My usual go-to when I go to somewhere like Dunkin' is a classic glazed. Yeah, I always want like a chocolate donut or some kind of a filling. My favorite right now is like apple. An apple filling is so good. I just love anything apple, like apple pie, apple turnover, stuff like that. And now I want an apple turnover. Ooh, chocolate with sprinkles. I also get really into the pumpkin donuts when those are in season. Ooh, I haven't tried a pumpkin donut. You know, I actually tried, I don't know if any of y'all have tried it, but I tried a pumpkin flavored bagel, or like a pumpkin spice bagel. It smelled better than it tasted, but I think I'd be willing to try a pumpkin donut. That would probably be different. But it's like, the pumpkin spice donut, I mean bagel, wasn't really sweet enough. It was weird. It was like a really, really plain bagel, but like with a hint of pumpkin to it. So maybe it was just the people that made it didn't do a good job, you know? Because it was just from a grocery store. It wasn't like a bakery, but I would try a pumpkin donut for sure. I've heard of maple bars with candied bacon on top, and I also want to recreate that. Oh yeah. I don't know if I've actually had it, but like I can perfectly recreate the flavor in my head, you know? And I've had both. I've had candied bacon and I've had a maple bar, so I think it's very, very good. Yeah, I've been to or not been to, but I've had candied bacon just on its own. Just little strip like French fries. It's so good. Probably not great for you, but you know what? You only live once. Aww. She's curled up on my lap and the cat is now dream twitching. Oh my goodness. Poppy does that all the time. She is constantly dream barking, dream twitching, you name it. It's so cute when pets do that though. That portrait of Mr. Garrideb is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrideb as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came up with that thing. In point of fact, now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Susato-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws, for that matter. Okay. We are getting new dialogue and stuff, but I don't really think this is helping us, so... I hope I'm not stuck already! Like a fallen candle. Oh, there is something back here. There's a fire. I think this is what we need to look at. But it won't let us. Oh! I didn't notice him! I didn't see him! I'm so focused on the candle and like the burn marks. I'm like, oh. Fucking Herlock Sholmes is in the window. Herlock? What's he doing over there? He's like a spider in the window. Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious! When did you sneak in here? Booty out. Booty out, Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service.
Whatever were you doing over by the window?
I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye to one's window at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. I think so. There is just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mr. Garrideb. Though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How
How could you possibly?
How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts.
Ugh!
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. So silly. Topic, Nature of the Beast. Deductees. Herlock. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. After I catch up with chat. Speaking of pets, Skeletons updated me on Plumita the pigeon, and she now responds to being called Plumi, and I think that's the cutest thing. Oh, so sweet. I hope the little pigeon's doing okay. Poor thing. But I know Skeleton is doing the absolute best that they can, so I think it's in good hands. Pigeons are so sweet. Certainly shouldn't take a detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Oh, he looked over somewhere. Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The lion. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yeah, that's not true. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is this piffle, I ask you?
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
What?
Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Well,
Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
It is.
Oh, your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Ah,
Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrideb, at Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
I most certainly did not.
I believe I've made my point. No. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Conclusion, a rampaging Asiatic lion. Not true. Topic 2, Aftermath. Now, Mr. Garrideb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, a pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage.
Nonsense, man. I simply...
But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. No. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Yes, well,
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
Ah,
This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes.
ah.
There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Oh, he's so not smart. He's so not smart. Sholmes is very baby girl. Yes. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. His face. Ah! What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
Oh,
Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed. It is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Do you know what plumita stands for? Fun fact of the day, it translates to little feather. Oh my god. Oh yeah, pluma. Oh, I didn't make the connection. That's so cute. It's a perfect name. He is so... Indeed. Ryu's tears of distress, yeah, after hearing all of that BS. Wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
but if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt or worse.
Oh, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. You're so close to the answer. So close. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Ah, my dearest Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it.
Slight massage? I gotta switch everything around. Are you kidding me? Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Sholmes is so cold on his take that it's giving frostbite. Let us start again from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes's logic and reasoning spectacular. Good lord. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Hold it! Alright. So the beast is the cannon. I know that. Let's see. A fearsome beast has been on the rampage. You're faced with the question, what form might this beast take? And then he's looking up. I wonder if he's looking at the bullets? Your eyes are candid. Leads us directly to the answer. No. True nature is the lion statue. Wrong! I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the mortar shells. Okay. Oh yeah, I can move around like this. Yeah. Over here. But these are shells for the cannon, are they? What a strange place to keep them. I imagine they have some significance to Mr. Garrideb from his time in the army. Of course. He mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he? Do you remember? He said that he'd been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of these that hit him. If around that size had hit his knee, there'd be nothing left of it, or Mr. Garrideb for that matter. Mr. Sholmes has a Persian slipper, and this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display rubbish on the mantelpiece. Whoa. That's interesting. Oh, isn't that the maid as a baby? What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. Oh. I thought she was a baby! I thought he was holding a baby! It's his... He's holding her after they got married. Why did I think she was a baby? I don't know. I don't know. She looks so small. I guess it's a big baby. I don't know. I thought that the veil was like a baby bonnet, you know? Okay, so I had a feeling about this. I thought maybe that the maid was actually his wife. Okay, so that's his wife. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. So I can present the bride. I don't think so, though. I'm pretty sure it's these. I hope so. The true identity of the beast that tore this room apart is these shells. But their butter wouldn't melt accomplice the cannon. But war is good for nothing. It brings only destruction. Something we must all strive to understand. That deduction was wanting in every way. Was it wrong? Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. I find myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Oh. Sorry. I'll try again. Oh, I guess maybe it is the... Hold on, let me save. Before things get a little out of hand. Okay. So maybe he was looking at what was behind the lion statue. Well, what do we know with some certainty? What we do know with some certainty is that a destructive creature has been at work in this room. And that Mr. Garrideb inadvertently looked in the direction of something that gives its identity away. Yes, if we investigate thoroughly enough, we ought to find the answer. What did Mr. Garrideb turn to look at? It's here somewhere. We simply need to find it. I guess he was looking at the photograph? But do I just click on the photograph or do I go into the picture? Let me try just the photograph. Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. Though I have yet to examine it in detail, I can assure you that it holds the answer. Look at this photograph! Exactly. I'm employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Wow. Wow. Well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Sorry. Is it the wife? Oh god. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant. Is it the wife? What caused the damage in this room? It's either her or him. Or maybe it's Mr. Garrideb? It's just weird. Why would he turn to look at himself in a picture? That's so weird. I guess Mr. Garrideb, I don't know. It's one of these two. Good night, PC Man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, and we will see you around. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Take that!
Let me try this. I just can't think right now. As we can see from this photographic print, some 10 years ago, you were fighting a fit soldier, Mr. Garrideb. No doubt a man of such strength could devastate a room like this in a fit of rage. But that was 10 years ago, sir. Do you not think it's time you tidied the place up? What was your intention with that? I am sorry. I am sorry. I'm not really getting what they're putting down right now. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. I forgot that was the name of this. Okay, hold on. I've wasted so many lives. I don't know why this one is giving me trouble. Okay. So we have the newlywed bride. We have... Is there anything else that I can't see, maybe? I can't look up and down. I can only, like, look left to right. We've already tried the shells. I guess it's the bride. I thought maybe it could be the wife. Yeah, that must be it. Okay. I tried everything else. Alright, the bride, which is really the maid. Now, it's not this, I'm not gonna know what to do, because it's like, that's everything I can see.
Take that!
Okay, so that was it, the newlywed bride. Okay. I don't know why I didn't get that. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. It's like the mortar shells were the red herring. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, indeed. Surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching it a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Gah! The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Where? Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Oh yeah, we've already read this before. Okay, where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam! And now that's why this matters, because it's actually her. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Okay, now this is wrong. Okay. poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Okay, let's see. 2 tightly shut eyes to avoid even the chance of a giveaway glance. Pursed lips to prevent any secrets from slipping out. Rounded cheeks to deflect any abuse that might be hurled her way. Yes, this is an unnervingly powerful woman, Miss Susato. It's your turn of phrase that's unnerving, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, teapot. What a charming little teapot, and it's in pristine condition. Joan has been pouring some deliciously fragrant tea from it for Mr. Garrideb, hasn't she? Well, not so much for Mr. Garrideb, as on Mr. Garrideb, wouldn't you say? I wouldn't dream of drawing attention to it. Okay. Oh my god. 3D! So it's not the pocket. Oh lord. Oh! The ring! The wedding ring. Oh yeah, they are sun and moon, because she has a sun and he has a moon. That's cute. Alright, yeah, it's her, 100%. You really have to get in there. I was like, where? You gotta be, like, upside down. Okay. The sheer power of just one lady. Amazing. She's so powerful and strong. She's wearing a very large ring, look. Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on there for life, too. I can't imagine it would slide off a finger of that size. That's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo, not to say. Do you know Mr. Garrideb's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one? It was a large sunflower design as well. Really? You have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? What a coinkydink! Okay, present. Wait, did I present the right thing? Wedding ring. Okay, good. I almost thought I was off and I was presenting something different. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah! Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my word! Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, my Jo. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally cock about— Ah! He deserved that one. He deserved that one. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, and yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously. But listen here, this must remain a secret. That's so funny. I'm just thinking, like, whenever they have a knock at the door, she scampers off to go put on the maid outfit. Oh my god. Tip-top secret, please. Alright. Part 1 done. The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. Part 2. Mr. Garrideb. It's clear you still have deep feelings for this beast. Of course, it's his wife. In that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that arm. And that's wrong. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garrideb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? How true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Okay. A pipe. Enhance. That's a very large pipe, isn't it? Yes. Anyone who has something that size hanging out of his or her mouth on a regular basis is sure to have a serious chin like Mr. Garrideb's. Some of the dialogue, the way it's written, just... It's so difficult to not say something, I have to say. I won't say anything. But it makes it very difficult. But what's that white binding around it all about? It's broken. Oh, he has a slap!
Take that!
He's got a slap. Oh my god. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek! And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrideb? Oh.
Well, yes.
Her sparkly eyes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ugh! How the blazes! How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. You keep your other side from view. Well, his front side is very alarming because you can see the point of his head and his beard. It's like Phineas and Ferb when they face forward. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. And he thinks it's the bills, but it's not. He is strictly 2D designed.
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrideb's wife.
Mr. Nanaho, though. She's a person, not a thing.
Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Okay. Bookmark. Broken plate. Oh, it has a kiss on it!
Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look next to the signature here. Lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
This bookmark is actually a love note. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's a love note. It's that!
Take that!
Ooh. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffered. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Oh,
Oh, she slapped him again! Gah! What? I don't know the Bali woman. Oh my god, you don't know her. That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. A likely story, sir. It was just in there, you say? That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah! That's why she's burning him all day.
A likely story?
Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there.
So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean?
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at this name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John.
Ah! This is just torture.
A likely story.
Are you questioning my name now?
Oh my god! Lady! And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite.
Ugh.
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
Oh yeah, the carpet. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Oh, him? Oh, no, something... a candle? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. Straight people.
But surely Mrs. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Shom's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Alright. I think it's the... well... carpet, and then there's a candle. The carpet here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Shom's deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly. Well, look here.
What is it?
If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
Oh yes, so you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all.
Let's rethink this with that in mind. Okay. The still carpet. So I guess it's the candle? Candlestick.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing!
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from its holder? Now this one's very obvious. Okay. Will I say the candlestick? I think so. Okay, let's just say the candlestick.
Take that!
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. I gotta stop stream soon, because I can't even talk anymore. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. Just one slap! She's like one slap man. one slap woman instead of one punch man. Ruined the whole house. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, Okay, let me write down that, So the veteran had a love note. So wife slapped him and ruined a room. Started a fire. Okay, I think that basically sums it up. The ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there's but one conclusion here. There we go. A little spin. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you! Oh no. She caught him! Oh my god. I actually love her. I kind of love her. Carpet scorched by a small fire. He's dead. Case solved. He's dead. Elementary. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know? Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Alright. I usually like to end at a good stopping point, like between chapters or before like a trial or something, but we are at 4 hours right now. I can tell I'm like getting tired, so I think we're gonna end it here. I took notes, so I should know what's happening next time. In fact, let me even say, another thing, not sure if it's relevant to the case. Yet. Okay, so I'll be using these notes for next time. Hopefully it's enough. But yeah, we're gonna end it here, y'all. But thank y'all very, very much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Let me make sure I save, because I don't trust myself enough. Okay. Alright, let's switch over. And yeah, that's it! Good night, goodbye! Yeah, thank you very, very much for hanging out with me today. I very much appreciate it. Whether you were lurking, if you were chatting, if you did gift subs or followed, I appreciate each and every one of you. And there's my social media, most active on Twitter and YouTube. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join, and there are the raid messages if you are going to be coming with us. Thank you very much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time with some more Resident Evil 4. I forget what chapter, but we're getting near the end. I don't think I'll finish it today, or tomorrow, but maybe the next day. I'm pretty close, but we'll see. Anyway, have a great night, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!